Hey everyone, Cam415 back with you guys with another video, and it's been a very long time since I talked about these guys, but yeah, I'm going to give a nice little quick Angels video update and stuff like that. So, one, it's just mostly about this video, and I'm just gonna say this. Yes, finally, we are finally back at 500. Finally. Now the Angels got to get another win to be a game above 500, so they don't go a game below 500 tomorrow against the Blue Jays. So hopefully they get the job done tomorrow and win a game. And it's just great to they finally overcome the wall standing before them of the 500 wall, because all the other times they were granted the chance of getting to 500, they typically lose. And they're on a road trip. They already had a chance to get there against Tampa Bay a few games ago, and they couldn't do it. But luckily, they did it today, and hopefully they can get a win tomorrow. And yeah, and keep that win streak going, because they definitely need to keep staying over 500 to go at a chance to get to a playoff run. Um, I didn't catch the game. I might have to watch a replay of the game because I was actually at WWE SmackDown Live's event today here by my house that was basically throwing on. I got my tickets for it and I wanted to see it, and I saw it and I thought it was a pretty fun time to go and see WWE SmackDown. I'm a wrestling fan, but I'm probably not going to talk much about that or more about that because I'm not into the whole thing and stuff like that of really breaking down news and stuff like that. So yeah, regardless. What I can say is about the Angels, and this is going back to them. It's starting. I hope this is the start of something, because now we just got Justin Upton back from injury, and yesterday in his first game back he homered, and I was like, that's good. This is what we need. Now Simmons is still on the IL, and he had a rehab start. I think it was yesterday, so he's coming back. Actually, they say he's actually coming back faster than what they thought he would have originally came back, because he got hurt too. So it's going to be good to see that we finally have a full lineup and other stuff and other things. And it's just great to see that, because now we're finally getting down to the nitty gritty, and now we're going to see this team at full strength on really the offensive side of the ball. Still, in the pitching wise, there's still guys on the IL that are still recovering from their injuries and stuff like that. And yeah, so hopefully Justin Upton, this basically near the second half of the season, does good, and maybe his bat comes alive to the point where he is basically helping us win more games. And also, I gotta say this: Justin Bour also came back from AAA, and he's shocking me. He's shocking me because now he's turning it around. It looks like he's turning it around for now, and it's good to see. And it's looking like he's taking the Tommy La Stella syndrome, because we all know Justin Bour and Tommy La Stella were like arguably two of the worst hitters on the team when the year started out, and they didn't look bright. And I know Angel fans were saying, "Maybe I don't think we should have these guys by the time the All-Star break happens." Well, it's looking like we're all wrong, because Tommy La Stella, for example, he's literally projected to be an all-star starter at the second base position. And mostly he's only in that position because basically some people that are basically all-stars, like the Aaron Judges, Jose Altuve, they've just been hurt all year, or or really not all year, but basically half the season. So basically they have to have the people in the American League step up, and hopefully when it's like that. I personally believe that the All-Star game should always be to the people that most deserves the chance to be in the All-Star game because they played like an All-Star. And I always hated the fact, and this can go to any All-Star game, and this even goes to the NBA All-Star game too. I think the leagues really focus on just the stars instead of the most deserving players because really, yeah, and this is my whole issue with the NBA as well and stuff like that. And the fact is that I think they prioritize stars over most deserving players. Like if there's more deserving players that have been playing like an all-star and the stats show, they should be an all-star, no doubt about it. But then again, you got the flawed voting system of the fact that, you make the people just vote in the stars. And I'm not saying people should not be allowed to do that. You're freely in your right to vote for whoever you want to go to the All-Star game. I'm just saying, if we're being smart, people need to vote the more deserving people who actually have been playing really good and worked hard. And even if they just make one All-Star appearance, I know it would mean the most to them. And I know it would probably mean the most if Tommy Listello gets on the All-Star team, and I think he will. So, other than that, that's really it. Other things in Angels news, Cody Allen finally got designated for assignment. I'm clapping about that, and I think it's time that the Angels, now if they really feel like they're going to contend for a wild card, I think it's time you start cutting the guys that are just personally dead weight to this team, and they have no value, and they had nothing to this team. So, you got rid of one guy, that's Cody Allen. Cody Allen at the first part of the year, he was really good for us. But for some reason, when we played the Cubs in Wrigley the first go-around, before we did the makeup game, he literally almost blew that game. And ever since then, he hasn't been Cody Allen from when he first went out there and shut down batters. It was hard for him to get outs, and he lost his closer role too. I think it's because he did blow a game where he had a chance to close the game out, and he lost the lead, and it ended up making us lose the game. And I don't know what happened to him, but I'm glad that he's gone because really he didn't serve no purpose on this team anymore. And every time I looked at it, when he came in, I'm like, oh great, this guy's going to blow the game and make things interesting. And he sure as hell did that, so he's gone. So that's dead weight off this Angels ball club that they personally don't need. Now, we need to get rid of other dead weights that personally have no business being on the team, like Trevor Cahill and Matt Harvey, for example. Now, Trevor Cahill's on the IL. If he comes back to pitch for the Angels, I'm only giving him one more start. And after that one start, if he pitches bad, I'd honestly designate him for assignment as well. Or really cut him. But it's the same thing. I designate him for assignment and yada yada yada. Put him on waivers. I don't know. But then again, after seeing what he's doing, I don't think any other team would pick him up. And it goes the same with Cody Allen. I don't think no other team would pick him up because if you're looking at somebody who lost their closer role, why would you pick the guy up? And he's been struggling as of late. There's no reason. So maybe he might need to take a year off and find his head. And I also want, and personally, to go along with Trevor Cahill, I think Matt Harvey should be designated for assignment too. In his last two outings, he didn't do good. The last outing he pitched here, he gave up 8 runs in less than, I think, 2 or 3 innings. And I think I talked about that in my last video I did about the Angels. But, update about him, he had a minor setback because I think a few weeks ago, he pitched in a game, for a rehab game for AAA. He gave up 8 runs, and I think 2 innings or more, or 3 innings. Basically the same amount of innings he gave up when he was in his last start with the Angels. And I'm like, if you're giving up 8 runs to a AAA team, what are you even doing on the big league roster then? Personally, I think after that happened, the Angels should have cut him the day later, or the day after that happened, because why is he still on the team? That makes no sense. If you're a starting pitcher in the MLB and you give up 8 runs to a AAA team, And you could be like, but he's only on rehab assignment. He could use another start. It doesn't matter. Most pitchers that come off injury in their rehab starts usually pitch pretty well. He didn't, which goes to show and goes to my question is, why is he still on this team? It's just a waste of money and stuff like that. Now, if we came for the rest of the year, we came for the rest of the year. Like I said, I'm just glad that the Angels just signed him and Cahill to 1-year deals. Now, they're still paying them basically a large portion amount of money. Not large enough, but it's pretty big in this whole aspect of it. But I don't like it. And I personally want them both to be gone off this team because they're dead weight to this team. And they add no value to this team. Now, maybe if they both come off the IL and they pitch for the Angels and they have a bad outing, maybe the Angels would just cut them purposely. Otherwise than that, personally, they should just personally ask for their own releases, honestly, because they're not doing anything. And like I said, and I was never a fan of the Matt Harvey sign. I didn't like it, especially to the amount of money we signed him, even though it was on a 1-year deal. But again, it was like a 1-year deal where it's the prove it type of deal. And I think it's the type of deal where Matt Harvey has a chance to prove that he's still got some stuff here in the majors. Now I don't think he does. I don't know what happened to him, but ever since he had that first injury when he was back with the Mets, after he got back from that one injury, he's been, I can't even say a shell of himself. He hasn't been the Matt Harvey when he first came onto the big screen in the majors, when he was basically looked like he was going to be an ace pitcher for probably the next decade or so. And ever since that injury, ever since he came back from that one injury, he hasn't been that Matt Harvey at all. And it makes sense why the Reds just let him walk, and I think the Angels should cut him. If they really want to keep him and just let him walk next year because he didn't really prove anything. I'm just saying, cut him now if you feel like you have a chance to do anything. And maybe when the off season comes, I'll do like maybe a talk what the Angels should do to improve and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna say this: the fact that your two rookie pitchers, Griffin Canning and Suarez, they've come up this year and they've done some pretty good things. And yeah, the fact that really a rookie pitcher is your best pitching on or your two best pitchers on the staff are rookies. That says a lot, and it says a lot to the veterans that they need to step their game up and pitch better. Now Skaggs pitched a great game today. He went 7 innings and only gave 3 hits today. That's good. Now I need him to have another consistent start the next time he goes out there on the mound. Other than that, who's another guy before I end it? Oh yeah, Zach Cozart. I don't know what the heck's going on with him. He's been gone because he's been on the IL, but I don't know what happened to him. They always put him. The Angels always put him on the IL, I guess, to help him find his swing back or something like that, or because he really isn't hurt. But now that I think about it, I think Zach Cozart is just literally a waste of money and a waste of space on this roster. You had guys like Luis Rengifo, who comes up from AAA, and he's actually putting in some good work. And it looks like the infield's good. Like, the only really good... There's nothing I can say about Zach Cozart. I think Zach Cozart is another guy that should be designated first timer because I personally think he's not only a waste of time, he's a waste of space, and he's a waste of money. Because the amount of money we signed him to for that 3-year deal, I think if you could go back in time, I think Billy Epler would probably not make that deal. Because now we're just wasting money for him to just live in nice sunny California for what? To always be hurt on the IL or the DL or whatever they call it, and not to do anything in hitting. Let this sink in. Zach Cozart has not done one dang thing as an Angel. I think the one thing he did as an Angel was last year he had a walk-off home run. That was probably his only most big moment on this team, was a last year walk-off home run. After that, what can you say he's done? He hasn't really done nothing other than be on the DL, IL, are not really hit. And every time he came into bat, I was like, oh, great. Here comes the inning killer. And I just hope they cut him too. And personally, they should just cut him out of his misery. I, the way he's been playing, I don't see him getting signed by another team either. He might just be there as a backup utility player or something like that, or something. I don't know what happened to him, but man, you talk about, and well, actually, when you thought Cole Calhoun, when he was in that batting slump he had, was bad, this is 10 times worse than what Calhoun did when he was in his slump. At least when Calhoun came back, is he found his swing and he got back to it, like how Justin Bour did as well. In some cases, he found his swing. Like yesterday, Justin Bour was killing balls. Justin Bour yesterday broke his bat and almost hit a home run out of the ballpark in the Rogers Center in Toronto. Yeah, this, yeah, I don't know about Zach Kozar, but he has yet to find his swing. And all I can say is, I don't think he'll ever find his swing because the dude's bat literally is, it's basically Celsius cold. It's that cold. Honestly, I don't think the guy could buy a hit to save his life. There was a point in the season when he came into bat, I think he had a .092 ERA. Or not ERA, batting average. And I'm like, that's terrible. That's like you playing rookie. Or that's you like, or that's like basically a 17-year-old prospect being called up to the major league roster, not adjusting to pitchers. So I think personally, the three guys the Angels should cut next after they cut Cody Allen basically a few days ago is they need to cut Trevor Cahill, Harvey, and then Kozar. Because they're just always space, and they're all a waste of money. Other than that, I think the Angels have a chance to go for the wild card. They just got to keep winning games, stay consistent, and they just got to beat their AL West rivals. Like I think Texas is like they're holding the second spot for the wild card, and they're going to see Texas again for the rest of the season. Or majority probably 4 or 5, maybe 7 more times a season, and which means is the Angels have to do their job and beat the Rangers. Don't lose to them. Don't lose to Oakland. Seattle, they shouldn't even lose to Seattle ever again this season because Seattle's literally traded away almost half their dang team. They got rid of Edwin Encarnacion and Jay Bruce. And it looks like, I don't know if they're rebuilding or I don't know if they're getting younger to contend because apparently their GM is like, we're going to contend by 2021, and I highly doubt that because it's the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners don't scare me. Even when they start off the year really good this year, at like I think 13-3 or something like that, they sunk right back down to earth. And now look at them; they're literally one of the worst baseball teams right now at this point. And heck, they're one of the worst defensive baseball teams. And this was even when they were good. They were one of the worst defensive teams. So I'm not worried about Seattle at all. Now, maybe Oakland and Texas, okay, they're a problem. They're not a problem. They're just things in the way. And I think this comes to the bad timing of the fact where the Angels, they have the talent to get to the playoffs. They just don't execute. They don't stay consistent enough. And they let other teams that really have no business being in the position they are in and stuff like being in the position they are in, being that position. And then again, they're just taking the moment and stuff like that, like the Twins. Whoever saw the Twins being this good as a team, I think they literally have the best record in baseball right now. Texas Rangers, they're basically holding on to that second wild card spot when we thought, oh, it's going to be a competition. It's going to be a competition for the wild cards for the AL East. So, like I said, the Angels got to take advantages of all the times they played the Oakland Athletics and the Texas Rangers. Definitely Texas. Now, Houston, there's no way you're catching them. So you might as well go up with the wild card. That's the next best thing until Houston's for some strange reason starts, I don't know, not being good. And I don't think, and listen, I don't think Houston will be good for basically the next 12 years. Mike Trout's in this division. I think at some point they'll slow down because eventually Justin Verlander is going to not be as good as he once was and stuff like that. He's kind of found himself again after leaving Detroit. But like I said, the Angels, they're there for the wild card. They just got to win games and be consistent enough. And yeah, and basically like doing what they're doing, just get these guys who are on the injury list back off the injury list, put them back on the major league roster, and boom, yeah. Other than that, the only other thing I was impressed about the Angels so far is that they swept the Dodgers, which actually shocked me. And last week we swept the Dodgers, and even though it was 2 games, and I was actually shocked that they did that. And I was like, oh, because the Dodgers are literally one of the best teams in baseball, and we basically beat them twice. And hey, when you can say that we beat the Dodgers, I don't care if we have an unsuccessful season. And we sweep the Dodgers or we take a season series against the Dodgers, oh, I'm happy, regardless if we have a bad season. Because you know what? I hate the Dodgers, and I hate their fans, and they're obnoxious, and they're as obnoxious as these upcoming Laker fans. Now I'm going to make another video about the Lakers, about that, and the whole problem I have with what's going on with that. And I think I might make that video after this one, but that video won't be up for a while. This video might be up maybe tonight or early tomorrow, probably most likely tonight. So other than that, if you guys want to check it out, check it out. Other than that, I did leave a discussion tab or something like that talking about my next reviews for things. I don't know if we'll actually get to Toy Story 4's review as fast as I thought I would be. I think I might actually review Spider-Man Far From Home before I review Toy Story, but I do still plan on seeing Toy Story 4, even though I personally don't think Toy Story 4 should have happened, but regardless. Other than that, I'm going to try to see Spider-Man Far From Home opening day, and you'll expect a review on that probably the day after I see it. So, yeah, I'm debating if I want to do a spoiler review. I'll probably do the same thing I've been doing, a non-spoiler. Then later into the video, I get into the spoilers review and stuff like that. So, yeah, and other than that, when it comes to TV show reviews, my buddy Denzel might come along and watch, or might come along on the videos and might do that. We still got to do our My Hero Academia Season 4 predictions because the recent trailer for Season 4 came out, and it's a pretty big trailer, and I can't wait for that season to start. And also, I'm debating if he's going to be on the channel for some reviews. Might do Konosuba review as my next anime review, but it's, I don't know, between Dragon Ball and Konosuba. I might do them at the same time. I might do one Dragon Ball series and then Konosuba review. I might have to do the Konosuba review by myself because Denzel still has to catch up with that stuff. And yeah, so other than that, that's basically what's to expect for the next couple of days and weeks. I know I've been gone. It's been hectic. I've been taking care of some things in my personal life that I have to take care of, and I want to be on YouTube to make more videos for you guys and stuff like that. So yeah, so basically that's all I gotta say. So expect this video probably tonight. I'll see if I have the time to upload this and review it because it's kind of late. I might just upload this probably tomorrow morning or something like that. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, well then, guys, till next time, see you guys. Have a good night, and you know, be safe out there with whatever you're doing. Dangerous world out there. I don't know, I'm just saying it, but there's been crazy things that have been happening. Other than that, peace.